is the four-wheel drive MOD Buggy A main. Drivers ready. Marshals ready in less than 5. All right, we're underway. It's going to be Stephen Hernandez leading them off. Oh, there's a big mix-up here in the beginning of the race. Looks like Joe got a very bad brunt of all of that. We'll see how it comes out here. Stephen. Oh, Stephen's going to get it wrong. That's going to allow Dustin Eich to move up to that number 1 position.
Oh.
Stephen Hernandez trying to put that pace right back on Dustin Eich. Coming down that straightaway. Oh, Dustin's going to get it wrong on the pipe. That's going to allow Stephen Hernandez and Rick Jacobs in that number 2 position to move on up. Here they come. Stephen Hernandez coming down there. Oh, Rick Jacobs going to sky it and get it wrong. Ends up marshalling himself. Dustin Eich hot on his trail through that rhythm section. Dustin Eich going to take that chance on that quad. Right behind Rick Jacobs. Rick Jacobs right behind Stephen. We got a real three-way battle right now going down on that second lap. Here they come, down hot down that straightaway.
3.
Stephen Hernandez, Rick Jacobs, and Dustin Eich. Oh, Stephen Hernandez gonna get it wrong. Rick gonna get it wrong.
5.
Dustin seems to have pulled away real nice
6.
there on that, right behind all their back bumpers. Oh, Rick Jacobs gonna get it wrong off into that straightaway.
7.
That's gonna allow Dustin Eich to move up into that number 2 spot. Stephen Hernandez back into that number 1 spot, our new race leader. Stephen Hernandez down that line, down through turn 1. Got Dustin Eich on the back bumper, coming around turn 2. They're going to double single. Dustin's going to go ahead and triple it down in that
5.
triple section. They're making their way around their rhythm section. Dustin going to triple. Oh,
6.
Stephen Hernandez gets stuck on the pipe. That's going to allow Dustin Eich to become our new race leader. He's making his way around that camber section. Stephen hot on that trail. Miller Froyd moves up to that number 3 spot.
1.
They're coming down there.
2.
Miller Froyd right on the hot of that trail of Stephen Hernandez, making it around turn 2, making it around through that triple section. Going to go ahead and triple it.
5
Lands it perfectly. Stephen gets it wrong. Miller Froyd up to the number 2 position, trying to catch up here to Dustin Eich, who's currently in that number 1. Dustin Eich making his way around that camera section now.
7.
Miller Froyd making around that camera section now. We'll see how far apart they are.
1.
Here they go.
3.
It's going to be Dustin Eich in the number 1, Miller Froyd in the number 2, Stephen Hernandez in the number 3, Rick Jacobs in the number 4, Zach Milner in the number 5, Joe Bayo in the number 6, and Joseph Mullinack in the number 7.
6. 1.
Let's see where our leaders are at. They're making their way down that triple now. Miller Froyd making around that triple section as well. He is only separated by 2.3 seconds off of Dustin Eich.
4 minutes left.
4
6.
minutes remain, drivers. 4 minutes remain. Dustin Eich crossing that line. Miller Froyd crossing that line.
3.
They're separated by 3 seconds. Rick Jacobs
7.
only 1.8 seconds behind Miller Froyd, and Stephen Hernandez only 1 second away from Rick Jacobs. This is a very close race. Very nice racing from these 4 drivers.
6.
Yeah.
Let's see where they're at. They're coming down that line now. Rick Jacobs
2.
trying to
3.
catch up here to Miller Froyd. He is up on,
4.
getting up on that back bumper of Miller Froyd. Miller Froyd going to get a little
7.
loose there. Come down that rhythm section now. Going to land it good. So does Rick Jacobs.
5.
Miller Froyd, he's catching up here too. Dustin Eich. So is Rick Jacobs with only 3 minutes remaining.
1. 2. 3.
Miller Froyd only 1.7 seconds away from Dustin Eich. He is gaining ground. Rick Jacobs only 1.1 seconds away from Miller Froyd. Oh, yes. Dustin's going to sky it in that rhythm section. Lands it
7.
perfectly. So does Miller Froyd. Rick Jacobs playing it
4.
safe.
5.
Looks like Stephen might have something wrong
1.
with his car.
2. 3.
Here they go. Let's see where Dustin Eich is at. Oh, Dustin Eich gonna get it wrong in that rhythm section. That's gonna allow Miller Froyd to catch up. He's only about 7/10 of a second behind Dustin Eich, trying to get onto that first place position.
5,
Trying to get that podium today.
1, 2.
He's right on that back bumper. They are only 6/10 of a second apart. They're making their way round turn 3 into that rhythm section. Dustin gonna sky it. Miller's gonna play it safe. They're coming around that back now. Here they come, making a way around that camber section. Oh, Miller's gonna get stuck on a pipe.
6,
Henry's gonna marshal it.
1.
That's gonna allow Dustin to pull away substantially here. Let's see.
3,
That's gonna allow Dustin Eich to gain 5 seconds on the field. And Rick Jacobs hot on the trail of Miller Froyd in that number 3 spot. Let's see as they come around here through that camber section.
6, 1, 5.
Miller Froyd hitting that gas all the way down, coming around through that first turn.
1 minute left.
1 minute remains. Caution around that first turn. It is clear. Rick Jacobs on the back bumper of Miller Froyd right here. Coming down that rhythm section now. Both hit the double. Oh! Rick Jacobs going to get it wrong a little bit there. That's going to allow Miller Froyd to move up at about 2-second pace up over Rick Jacobs.
1.
Dustin Eich in cruise control in that first place position.
5.
Current standing is Dustin in the 1, Miller in the 2, Rick in the 3, Joe in the 4, Zach in the 5, and Joseph in the 6. Dustin is coming around on lap traffic now. He's making his way around through that straightaway. Miller Froyd trying to catch up here to Dustin Eich with some lightning speed down that straightaway.
3.
He's trying to get on the back bumper here of Dustin Eich. Oh, he made a quick pass, but got a little swirly there. This is all going to come down to the line, guys. Dustin Eich and Miller Froyd. Dustin Eich going to get it wrong. That's going to allow Miller Froyd to become the new race leader. Moving his way up through that back section, on his way down through that camber section is Miller Froyd. He's coming around here through that straightaway. The winner of this race.